Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. You're watching the Trading Phoenix, where I'm trading live in my challenge account through FunderPro. I come on here every morning, trade live, so that everybody can have something to reference when they're looking for the truth behind what it's actually like to try to go from nothing to becoming a funded and full-time day trader, which is my journey. Currently not funded. I'm currently not full-time, and I'm currently not profitable. But I come on here every day to document this journey, build a community, and that way everyone can understand and have normal expectations as to what this journey is actually like. So welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button for me. The channel is growing very quickly, and I'm much appreciative of that. For those of you that have already subscribed and come back and watch on the regular, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you, and I'm here for you, and I will continue to add value, and together we can become successful and build a great community together and help other people become successful as well. My goal is complete and full transparency in everything that I do. I also am growing a Discord community. Link is in the description below. The Discord is currently free. If you're looking to join what's going to be the best trading community available, now's the time to do it. Once I grow to a certain point, obviously I will switch over to a paid Discord, and my lives will be for members of the Discord. And I'm currently building out a course that I'm looking to release next year. That course will be available in the Discord as well. So if you get in now, while it's free, anybody that's in the Discord, when all of that rolls out, you will have free access to everything for life. Once I switch over, you won't. So get in now, take advantage, and let's do this. So market open here. Good morning. Good morning. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So what we can see here so far, just you see what I marked out already. This blue area here, this bigger area here, is an area of imbalance that was left behind on the 15-minute chart. You can see this smaller zone here is an area of imbalance left behind on the 1-minute chart, and they pretty much coincide here. This is really nice. On the day chart, we left behind an area of imbalance that's way higher price-wise than where we are currently. So this would be a nice area to target in the longer run, right? Might not be today, might not be tomorrow or this week. What it looks like is happening here is we are, obviously have gotten a nice pullback here. We are headed towards this trend line that is over a year strong. So I do expect it to continue to respect this trend line here, and before we continue up to the upside. We did test previous all-time highs. We tested 3 days in a row. All 3 days failed. We got this nice sell-off here. And so now I wouldn't be surprised if we get some consolidation, especially today, into this trend line here before we get a move up. Those are the possibilities. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. Does that have to happen? Absolutely not. We do have some possible catalysts this week. We have NVIDIA earnings tomorrow at 4:20 after market close. That's going to be a huge hit to the market depending on what those earnings come out. We just blew right through both of these areas of balance here. And then on Thursday, we have GDP numbers, and Friday, we have PCE numbers. Okay, both of those are pretty big. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I would expect some volatility, maybe even today, some volatility, waiting for that data to come out. So just be careful there. Volatility is still increased. We are at 109 on the VVIX. That tells you to be cautious, right? So let's see what we got going on today. Uh, Getting a little support here, maybe. I don't like the fact that we came through this both of these areas of imbalance pretty strongly. Kind of tells me that we might have some more downside here. So I'm not really going to do anything with these yet. This one here is completely invalid because we blew right through that one. This one technically for me is also invalid on 15-minute. Yeah, I mean, it's really close. This actually should be a little higher. So we did move through this enough for me to say that it is no longer valid. It's not to say that the price won't bounce off of this. It's just saying that in my strategy, I don't use this because it's already taken this out here. You can see this is the area of imbalance that was left behind in the day chart. That's what we're looking at up here. Price could move back up to this today before it continues back down. That's a possibility. Or we can continue to move to the downside. Here's that trend line that's just peeking up through here. So we don't have that far to go to get to this trend line, honestly. I would looking at the chart here over the past couple of days, we are in a clear downtrend here. I would almost definitely be looking for shorts maybe to the trend line at least. But let's see how price reacts here. We're only 4 minutes into market open here. Ooh. All right. So far, 9:30. Not that big of a range for the opening range so far. Yeah, this is starting to roll over here. I would definitely expect us to continue to get a move to the downside. I think we're going to run to that trend line for sure. I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And again, remember we have Catalyst this week. Nvidia reports earnings tomorrow after market close. Um, so the market may be preparing for that. We might get some chop today. We definitely are in the upper volatility zone on the VVIX. So watch your stop losses, watch your trades, make sure you're being patient and wait for your opportunities because today's going to be another one of those days. Where we're going to get volatility. And you can already start to see that here, right? So let's be patient. Let's wait for opportunity. No need to rush in. Let me throw the music on here. Da, 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 da. There. It's up a little bit. Cool. If the music ends up being too loud, just let me know in the comments. Yeah, so you can definitely see the volatility already. Large candle movements, large wicks. Every candle's taking out the previous candle. You can see that here too, right? And then the candles end up getting bigger and bigger. This is not, so far, an environment to trade in. Very risky. I saw some news this morning about U.S. crypto companies possibly not having to pay taxes. Or I don't know if it was the companies or, here we go. U.S.-based cryptos would be exempt from taxes. I actually want to see. That's really good for like XRP and a couple other things, right? Let's take a look at this article here while we're waiting for the market to calm down. Let's see what this says here. This is just a speculative piece. Maybe some rumors going around that possibly some tax exemptions could start a rally for U.S.-based cryptos. I mean, obviously, right? As long as there's enough liquidity. Lost a lot of liquidity in the market recently. All right. Yep. Volatility. Another day. Back and forth price action. Even on the 15-minute chart here, you can see how price moved up to previous session highs. And we had a nice rejection here. So this definitely is looking more and more like a continued downside day. I wonder if we can use this area here as an inverse. Not with this chop, but if we can get something decent to come out of this. Let's mark out the 15-minute opening range while we're waiting here. Right, so here's the 930 candle. Here to here so far. 45 is here. We'll adjust as we go. We got a couple minutes left here to finish out the first 15 minutes. All right. Just scrolling through the news here on the Discord. Oh, Tesla to acquire parts of insolvent German parts maker. That could be good for them. Some news here about Broadcom. Sounds pretty good. Oh, here we go. See if we make a little move here. Be really nice if we could get a direction today. If we do break out to the downside, I would really like to try to take a trade, try to take a short position, and I think we really could run to that trend line. But it's got to give me a better entry. There's nothing here, even in this zone here, that gives me an entry, really. And with how big these movements are, even if I put my stop loss above even this wick here, there's nothing that says that I'm not going to get taken out yet. I'd want to see some of this volatility calm down a little bit. Don't know if that's going to happen. It would be nice. All right, we are starting to get a little push to the downside. I like that. Here's our last candle in the first 15 minutes. It's up a little bit. We are still getting downside with it. Yeah, the price action is just kind of all over the place right now. All right, here's our final 15-minute opening range here. Let's see what the price does from here. I don't believe that we have any news coming out today, really. Let's see. Nothing with any real movement in the market. Yeah, I think the big catalysts are definitely tomorrow after market close, which is Nvidia's earnings, and then Thursday GDP, and then Friday's PCE numbers. Those are going to be decent movers for the market, depending on what kind of data we get there. All right, this could be our breakout to the downside. Let's see if we can get what I need here for an entry. Give me something. Nice. Let's see if this is our retest here. Nice push tail to the downside. Just got to be careful. Its volatility is still high. That's what makes me nervous. It's high and still climbing, which I do not like. Not at all. Yeah, I don't like the price action. You know, we're getting a lot of this choppy movement here. It's not a clean, you know, one direction. So we get these retracements and then back. I don't like it. I like that we're getting a direction here. I just don't like the choppiness. Oh, here we go. This is good. Let's continue the momentum here. Let's take a look at the 15. Yeah, all right. Nice here. I'm going to take this out of play because that's been absorbed with this candle here. A nice strong push through. I like that. I would almost say, if we continue to get strong pushes to the downside, I don't know that it's actually worth it at this point to short the market to the trend line here. I think it might actually be a little better to see how price reacts on the trend line here. We could get a bounce, and then we have a lot of upside because we would definitely be targeting the daily imbalance that was left behind. So let's see how price reacts off of the trend line here. That's what I want to see. Nice movement to the downside. I like that. But now at this point, we don't have that much room to the downside, right? Because that trend line is, like I said, over a year strong, right? So the likelihood that you get a bounce off of that trend line is pretty good. So you got to ask yourself, do you have more downside potential or upside potential? And at this point where price is at, because we're so close to that trend line, I'd say we definitely have more upside potential than we do downside. Now, if this trend line isn't respected, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We are starting to leave some imbalances behind. Could be some target areas. All right. But we are very close. Yeah. Yeah, for sure we need to wait. We need to wait to see how price reacts off of this trend line here. And then we'll go from there. This trend line is a daily trend line. As you can see here, this is the day chart. And it goes back to, when did I draw this here? Like December 29th of 2022. Okay. So well over a year strong. You can see how price has been respecting this trend line for quite some time, right? So I would not be surprised at all if we respect this trend line here. That doesn't mean that it has to. I'm just saying it isn't worth going short at this point, because how much are you going to get, right? What's your RR there? It's nothing. But if we get a bounce off of this trend line, right, then you get a nice close stop loss, and you could be targeting this area of imbalance, which was left behind on the day chart here, which you can see here. All right. That's what I'm looking for here. Did we get close enough? Are we going to get a bounce already? It's actually a support line also down here. Let's see. If this disrespects this imbalance here and pushes through, we might actually get our turnaround ready. Let me just take a look at something here quick. On the 4 hour, where are we sitting right here? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can call that a support there. What's that look like on the day chart? Yeah, we do have a support. We have a support here and here. Price moved around. Yeah, this is a support line that we're also sitting at. Okay, so you have this trend line, you have a support line. This is pretty strong. Pretty strong. All right, so let's see if we get a bounce. This might be our bounce here. Yeah, we pushed through already. Do I want to take this here, or are we going to continue to the downside? Let's see how this candle closes here. It's a nice push up here. I'm conflicted. Let's talk about reasons to not get in this trade first and foremost, volatility is high. And when volatility is high, your supports and resistances tend to be less likely to hold. It doesn't mean that it won't, just less likely. Another reason is we are in a clear downtrend. We have not made a confirmed reversal yet. We haven't actually reached the trend line yet. And if I compare that to reasons to get in, really the only reason here, I mean, there'd be two. So we are getting a bounce off of a support, and we did close above this area of imbalance here. But we're getting, yeah, see, this is where the volatility kills you. So let's see here. I think if we are going to get a bounce at this point and we aren't going to continue down to the actual trend line, I got to see a confirmation of reversal. So this area of imbalance is no longer valid. Strong candle that took out previous. Yeah, let's hang out a little bit longer and watch price action a little bit longer. No need to rush into anything, especially with volatility being up. We're at 110 on the VVIX. Anything above 100 is volatility. See, patience pays off here. Oops. Thank you. Still got room to run. And again, my concern is with volatility being as high as it is and still moving upwards, your supports and trend lines and resistances or whatever, they are less likely to actually hold. So today's a day where you definitely want confirmation of direction, right? So if this was going to be a support that held, you know, I needed confirmation that we made a turn here, which we did not, right? We have continued price movement to the downside. We still have room to fall. We're just about at the trend line. Actually, we are at the trend line now. Why is it not showing up on the one? Maybe I have it set to not show up there. You know, we could get a bounce here now, you know, let's see. But this is where you definitely got to wait and let this play out to see what's happening. Yeah. So we definitely hit. That's cool. I like that. See if this visibility, it should be there. Weird. All right. Guess we can watch to see how price reacts here on the 15-minute for now. Let's see how this candle closes. We've got a little bit of time left, but if it does close, we did leave behind another area of imbalance on the 15. Let's see how much strength we have to push lower. Like I said, this trend line here is over a year strong. So if we break below, I would wait for a confirmation, because you can see back here. But if we get confirmation that holds, we got some downside here. This was a very strong. This is since December of 2022. The price has been respecting this trend line. So let's see what we get here. It would be really nice if we do get support here, because here's your upside, right? Here's your daily imbalance that was left behind. This is your target now. So let's just see. Let's see how price plays out here. All right, I'm gonna have a little breakfast here while we're waiting for price to do its thing. All right, looks like we are starting to get some support here. But we got about 5 minutes for the 15-minute candle to close here. This is nice. Let's get some consolidation, right? Maybe a little liquidity grab here. And then maybe a bounce, right? Let's see. Consolidation, manipulation, and then our move, right? That would be ideal if we can see that. This looks good. I like this manipulation on this support on the trend line. What did I say? Manipulation? Consolidation? I don't remember. Consolidation. If that's not what I said. This is nice. Get some consolidation here. Showing some support. Got a couple minutes until this 15-minute candle closes. We are into a new 4-hour candle, right? This could just end up being a wick before we get our bounce back to the upside here. And I would say that strong possibility that we head up towards this daily area of imbalance here if we do get a bounce here. So let's go back to the 15. Where are we at here? Oh, maybe we're getting our manipulation? Or that just could be our breakout. So we got this breakout here, but we didn't get a continuation. So I'm still wondering if this is our manipulation move here before we move back to the upside. Let's see. All right. Decently. It's a decent close. Oh, this is a 4 hours, not closed yet, but I have another support marked out here from a long time ago. Let's see if this holds here. I'm coming up on it now here. Volatility is still climbing. So unfortunately, none of these supports have to hold. And this is turning into a pretty strong push through. I'm pushing down to the support here now. Imbalance left behind here. Looks like we're starting to gain some momentum. Pushing through that support too. Volatility is still climbing. All right. Let's see where price wants to go here now that we've broken through our trend line here. We have a support here that we're pushing through. You know, where's our next support? Maybe down here in this area. It's a pretty decent ways to run still. I think it's got me more convinced that we definitely have some more downside here. So, yeah. Now we're starting to gain. See, our candles are getting bigger and bigger here. More momentum. All right, we did leave an area of imbalance back here. If we do retrace up into this area, I'd be looking to maybe short if we respect here. We do have some more downside. It'd be a tough call. I'd have to see price action in this zone here. Couple things could happen here. If we get a strong pushback up past the support here, depending on what price does in this area here, this could be the start of a reversal. We are getting a pretty good retracement here off of this candle. Decisions. It's a tough call there. Yeah, we're getting some support. So the question now is, do we use this as an inverse, wait for price to close outside of this and hope for a reversal? This does look like the beginnings of one, coming off of the support here. Or if we hold in this area of imbalance, do we take it short for even further downside? I don't know. The fact that we came back above this support here so quickly kind of makes me think we don't have that much more downside. And if we do, it's super risky still, right? We're actually retesting right now. We pushed right back above it. We're kind of retesting. I guess it depends on what we do here. Mm-hmm. Ah, another boring kind of day here. See, part of the problem is because we have this really good move to the downside and you didn't get any of it, right? And you start looking for things to justify. That's dangerous. Yeah, I still think this is the better one. I like this one because this is the candle that broke previous structure. You get a nice, decent area of imbalance here. Yes, you can call this one an area of imbalance also, but I like this one better just because the break in structure was here. We are getting a little support here. We had a bullish retracement here very quickly, and now it looks like we're consolidating right at the support here. So this could be, depending on how strong price is, this could be a reversal forming here. Doesn't have to be. Oh, okay. Have fun. More waiting. Let's see. Do we have enough to continue to the downside? That is the question. Or are we done with our sell-off today? Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Volatility is still climbing. Still getting some consolidation here, which is a good sign. So you can see we're getting some support here. Also, we're getting some consolidation. I'd really like to see a break above these highs here into this area of imbalance. And then if we push out of this area of imbalance, I might actually take this long here back up to at least, well, I don't know, I guess we'll have to watch this one. Volatility is still high and still climbing. So you have to really be careful today. Today might be a day where if I do get in, I'd be trailing my stop loss pretty tightly. So let's see what happens here. Unfortunately, it's just, you know, we get a couple of days where the market moves, but it doesn't give you really any entries, at least based on my strategy. And it is what it is, right? You got to wait for the opportunities that it does present you. When volatility is as high as it is, it's typically in an environment that I don't trade in, because anything can happen. I mean, you could just get a movement that, you know, is crazy and takes you out, and then heads in the direction that you were going anyway, right? So it's kind of a waste. My strategy typically doesn't even leave behind opportunities when volatility is this high. But we are, you know, volatility is high, but we aren't seeing the market structure like we were in the beginning here, right? Like this is volatility, right? But we started to get some decent movements, some consolidation here, some breakouts, and we're still seeing that. So this is looking really nice here. I like this for a reversal. If we can break the previous highs here and enter this area of imbalance, I'd really like to see what price does in this area here. If we close above, I may take this trade back to the upside. We're looking pretty good here for a reversal. You know, we pushed up pretty quick here. We came back down. We have this nice little bowl here. We're getting support here. You can see with these wicks. And now we're getting a strong push. We just broke previous highs here. So now we have higher highs and higher lows so far. Okay, so let's see price enter this area of imbalance here. I would love to see it close above here, and then I might take this trade long. Let me just take a look at what we look like on the 15. Yeah, I mean, if we enter the area of imbalance here and we close above, this would be a full... We'd have to do it in the next 7 minutes, but it would be a full retrace of this candle here, which would be a good sign to take a long position here. So let's see what price does. Wait a little bit longer. Let's get our entry. A lot of upside potential here if we do get this reversal. I would love to see volatility start plummeting at the same time here. That would be great. All right, these are nice moves. So again, what I'm looking for is price to break and close above this area of imbalance. And I'd be looking to take longs off of this. We look like we are getting a reversal here. We have a support line here that we came back above, so that's a good sign too. We'll see. My only issue is volatility being so high. At any moment in time here, we can just drop, right? or push to the upside. I mean, it can go either way. It's a risky trade. We are in a downtrend, clearly. Have been for the past couple of days. But hopefully we're getting support based on this support line here, based on the trend line, the overall trend line and the day chart, or at least we're going back up to retest it. So I would feel pretty good about taking this trade back to the upside. I will be trailing my stop pretty tightly though, just because of the increased volatility. So let's see what price action does here. I mean, the other thing we can do here is if we don't close above here and we actually respect this area, I mean, you could look to continue short. You would be trading with the trend. Could take it both ways. It all depends on how price does here. Tesla and Oaktree among Tuesday's market cap stock movers. Let's take a look at the heat map here. NVIDIA, Intel, AMD, Palantir, all slightly green. Tesla slightly red. Currently, everything is kind of like just at baseline. So we moved decent push back up above the support here. Okay, we pushed back down to it, retested, and came off. Bullish candle here. So let's see what happens here. Remember, volatility, the VVIX, the volatility index is high. So you really, really got to stay patient in this environment and wait for those entries. Right? So let's see if we can get here what we're looking for. Let's see if we can get a push into this area and a close above it. And that would kind of be confirmation for me that we could be getting our reversal here and pushing back to the upside. And I want to see the VVIX start plummeting too at the same time. That would be nice. In a perfect world, that would be nice. Still be a risky trade because volatility is high, so I would be trailing my stop pretty tightly. But let's just, we can try to set up for it here, right? My stop would be just below the area of imbalance here. I'm waiting for it to close above. I'm getting some resistance inside this area though here, so. We'll see. We still might have some downside yet. Oh, crazy couple of days. I'll be honest with you too. I mean, we might just consolidate around these areas of support here, because we have, catalysts tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. We had a nice pullback, which gives the market room to move back up if NVIDIA reports good earnings tomorrow. If we get good data on Thursday and Friday, hopefully we get a nice pushback up also. I mean, ultimately, I don't really care which way the market goes. I just want to be able to have opportunities to get in. All right, still getting some support here. You can see this shelf that we're building here. I like that. Let's see if this holds. Yeah. I don't know. Might have more downside. The selling pressure is real. All right, let's see what the other charts look like here. Let's look at the 15. Okay, so that didn't close where we wanted it to, but that's all right. It's a decent retracement there. We're still holding this support line here. All right, this will be a decent candle. We got about 11.5 minutes left to the 1 hour candle here. This should help us see some of the story here. The 4 hour, we still got a ways to go for this candle, but I'll be honest with you. I mean, we still look pretty bearish. Yep, same thing on the day chart. If we don't retrace here, we might be leaving behind another area of imbalance on the day chart. This is if this candle closes without completely retracing, right? So this is a little premature to draw this, but I mean, either way, it looks pretty bearish. Yeah, and like I said, we could just get some consolidation down here. Waiting for the catalyst later this week. It might just be one of these weeks. Let's see. We're definitely getting a lot of sellers here. Some decent buyers down here. We're in this little battle here. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Yeah, we're struggling to push up into this area here. Just getting a lot of selling pressure here. This still looks good here for a long position, okay? We're just getting some consolidation here. This wasn't the strongest move up, but we are getting some consolidation here. So if we do, you know, break above these levels here and we can close outside of this area of imbalance, it still looks good. The question is going to be is do we have enough to continue to the upside? Or is volatility going to take us out? That is the question. So I like this. We're getting some volume increase here on this push up. I like this. Let's close outside. Let's do it. Okay. I'm not mad at this. I'm going to take this long. I don't know if it's going to work out. Volatility's high. Very risky trade. Don't copy me. But we're going to try it. We're going to try it. If we do get a continuation to the upside, I will be moving my stop loss pretty quickly because of the volatility. You know, I might not get anything at all. I might get, this might be a loss here, but we'll see. It is what it is, right? We got to give it a shot. It's an opportunity. We planned for it. We talked about it. I don't want to miss the opportunity. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Either way, it's a good trade. It's a trade based off of my strategy. So we'll let it play out. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if we have enough to continue to the upside here. It was a nice strong push. This was a nice strong bullish candle pushing through this area of imbalance. We closed outside of it. Next candle looks good too. So we'll see. Volatility is starting to decrease. And I like the way it's moving down. It's a pretty strong move down. So if we can continue that volatility push to the downside, we might have enough to continue to the upside here. I honestly probably would be looking for no more than a 2-to-1 here. If we can get it, I'll have to watch price action. Like I said, I'm going to move my stop loss pretty tight with this one just because we do have high volatility still. Let's go. Let's push. Give me some momentum. Come on, bulls. Show us what you got. I don't know. Might not have enough. Come on, let's push up. Let's push above. Let's make a move here. Tell you, the Bears do not want to relinquish their control here. They sure don't. They've been in control for the past few days. The Bulls just, apparently they don't have it in them. Alright, well, you know, whatever happens, happens. This was a good trade. It was a good setup. We took the opportunity. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. They can't be mad at that. If you don't take the opportunity, then you'll never win. Right? Gotta give it a shot. I waited for the entry. We talked about the entry. It was a good entry. I didn't wait. As soon as that candle closed above that area of imbalance, I took the trade. So it was a good entry, decent stop loss. So this gives me a good RR here. So we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. Nothing's guaranteed in the market. Oh, I don't know why. How long has it been down? So 11. Go shop real quick. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of how this is working out here. Doesn't look good. Yeah, we're gonna get stopped out here. That's it. Okay. Well, we tried it, didn't work. Like I said, the problem is the volatility. This was a good setup. If we weren't, if the volatility wasn't where it is, then you know, 8 times out of 10, this setup would have worked out. But we just have too much volatility, and the bears are very much still in control here. So it is what it is. Not exactly the start that I wanted with this account, but oh well. All right, so that can go away now. I guess we still want to continue to push down. And that's fine. Let's take a look at the 15 again. Yeah, we didn't break this one here. We're still testing the support here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to really do much more today because the volatility is just going to keep taking me out, and I hate that. I hate trading in markets like this where your volatility is extremely high because nothing pans out, you know? So you're better off just staying out, stay cash in a market like this. And like I said, you know, we could just be consolidating down here at this support for the rest of the day, waiting for the catalyst to happen the rest of the week. So I'm going to call it a day today, guys. I'll watch a little bit longer, but to be honest with you, I don't know that I'm going to make another trade. I'm down 2.2% in this account so far. That was that trade. Yeah, so this week, honestly, this week might just be kind of a blah week, to be honest with you. We're going to get volatility the rest of the week, and it doesn't even matter what happens. We have data coming out each day the rest of the week, so we're going to have volatility on each of those days. So hopefully next week will be a better trading week. I don't imagine that this week is going to be really any different than it has been so far. Tomorrow's going to be volatility because we have NVIDIA earnings reporting at the end of the day. We have GDP numbers coming out Thursday morning, and then we have PCE numbers coming out Friday morning. So we're gonna have volatility for the rest of the week. Honestly, you know, maybe Friday, depending on what the data says, we might get some direction, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm a little bummed about that, but mainly just because like I had to start this challenge over because of the issue with the last accounts. But so it's a little bit of a bummer. It is what it is. We'll get back there. But I think for today, everyone, I think that's gonna be it. I was hoping for that to be the trade of the day, but obviously that didn't pan out. And it is what it is. You know, I'm not mad that we took that trade. It was a good setup. It was based off of my strategy. So you can't be upset with taking those trades. If I didn't take the trade, then it would have, you know, skyrocketed. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And that's the mentality that you have to have. You just move on to the next trade. Don't let it bother you. So with that being said, everyone, I will see you all tomorrow morning. What's today? Yeah, tomorrow morning, and we'll talk about NVIDIA earnings. All right. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you.